Imagine a ship drifting alone across the vast Atlantic Ocean. No crew on deck, no captain at the helm, no voices, no movement. Just a sturdy vessel, sails still raised, slowly cutting through the water as if guided by an unseen hand. This was not a legend. This was real. This is the story of the Mary Celeste, one of the greatest maritime mysteries in history. In November of 1872, the Mary Celeste departed from New York Harbor, bound for Genoa, Italy. She was a merchant ship carrying a cargo of 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol used for manufacturing. The ship was commanded by Captain Benjamin Briggs, a highly experienced sailor. Briggs was known as calm, religious, and strict, but fair. He was not the type of man who took unnecessary risks. Traveling with him were his wife Sarah and their 2-year-old daughter Sophia. This was meant to be a hopeful journey, not a dangerous one. The rest of the crew consisted of 7 skilled and trusted sailors. Before leaving port, the Mary Celeste was carefully inspected. She was seaworthy, well supplied, in excellent condition. Nothing suggested that this voyage would end in mystery. For the first few weeks, the journey appeared normal. The weather was fair. The ship made steady progress across the Atlantic, but the ocean is unpredictable, and sometimes danger arrives without warning. On December 4th, 1872, another ship, the British vessel Gratia, spotted the Mary Celeste drifting roughly 600 miles west of Portugal. At first, this was not unusual. Ships often cross paths at sea. But something felt wrong. The Mary Celeste was sailing strangely. Her course was uneven. No crew could be seen on deck. The captain of the Gratia ordered his men to investigate. What they found would shock the world. When the boarding party stepped onto the Mary Celeste, the ship was completely empty. No captain, no crew, no family. Not a single person remained on board. Yet the ship was not damaged. The hull was intact. The sails were partially set. The cargo was mostly untouched. Inside the cabins, personal belongings lay neatly in place. Clothes were folded. Pipes and tools were stored where they belonged. The ship's logbook ended just days earlier. There were no entries describing danger, panic, or emergency. Only one thing was missing: the lifeboat. How could a ship carrying 10 people simply be abandoned in the middle of the ocean? News of the discovery spread rapidly. Newspapers across Europe and America seized on the story. Some called it a ghost ship. Others claimed it was proof of something darker lurking at sea. Investigators were desperate for answers. One of the first theories was mutiny. Perhaps the crew had turned against Captain Briggs, but this explanation quickly fell apart. Briggs was respected. There were no signs of violence. Valuable items were left behind. A mutiny made no sense. Another theory suggested a powerful storm forced everyone to flee. But when the Mary Celeste was found, the weather had been calm. The ship showed no serious storm damage. Nothing appeared broken or destroyed. If a storm had struck, there would have been evidence. There was none. One of the most widely accepted theories involves the alcohol cargo. Industrial alcohol produces fumes. Some barrels on board were later found to be leaking. Historians believe Captain Briggs may have feared an explosion. Perhaps he ordered the crew to lower the lifeboat and move a short distance away, planning to return once the danger passed. But something went wrong. The lifeboat may have drifted too far. A rope could have snapped. The ship may have sailed away, leaving them behind. Lost at sea, the crew would have had no chance of survival. This theory explains the calm departure, the missing lifeboat, and the lack of panic, but it still cannot be proven. Other explanations are even more unsettling. Some suggest piracy, though nothing was stolen. Others believe a rogue wave or waterspout caused sudden fear. There are also darker ideas: supernatural forces, curses, ghosts of the sea. These stories captured the public imagination, even if they lacked evidence. The truth is that none of the theories explain everything. When the Mary Celeste was brought to Gibraltar, authorities launched a formal investigation. They examined the ship from bow to stern. They studied the logbook. They questioned the crew of the Gratia. Some even suspected fraud, believing the ship was abandoned intentionally for insurance money. But no proof was ever found. In the end, the investigation closed without answers. Captain Briggs, his wife, his daughter, and the crew were never seen again. Over time, the Mary Celeste became more than a mystery. It became a symbol, a reminder that the sea does not give up its secrets easily. Even today, historians continue to debate what happened. Artifacts occasionally surface. New theories emerge. But the core question remains unanswered. Why did they leave a ship that was still safe? The Mary Celeste herself continued sailing for years afterward, changing owners and routes. Eventually, she was abandoned and destroyed. But her story never faded. Writers, artists, and filmmakers returned to it again and again. A ship drifting alone, empty decks, the sound of wind against silent sails. Somewhere in the vast Atlantic, the truth may still rest beneath the waves, or perhaps it disappeared with those who lived it. The Mary Celeste reminds us that even in a world of maps and records, some stories remain unfinished. A ship sailed on, but the people aboard vanished, and the sea kept their secret.